Right, hello, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So today we are going to be taking on the recent stage that was added to the Intensifying fight event here, stage 11. Now I say recent instead of new because this is newer, but to be honest, I don't know exactly when it dropped. I forget. I've been a bit behind on some of the actual clearing content in game. I've been doing a lot of showcases and discussion videos recently, so I do need to get caught up again. I did just clear Tamagami 2 as well as Tamagami 1, as well as one of the missions for each of those. So I still have a decent bit of stuff to do, but I figured we'd do this one. Now, for here, I did check. We only need to use 6 demonic power. Although I have not yet checked, and I do check every time, what the sort of special condition is. For these, I do tend to actually check ahead of them, because usually I do like to jump into fights blind. I don't like to really know anything about them. But with this event in particular, I don't know, it's just really... I did try that originally, just jumping into it and not knowing what I'm supposed to do. But I found it to be such a headache, at least with the original ones. Do X amount of supers, collect X amount of int key spheres, and it's that's just doing too much, okay? I just like to know, because you have to perform a specific action, what that specific action is before I actually jump into these. So let's see here. What do we actually have to do for stage 11? Whether you've defeated the enemy by performing multiple attacks that deal damage exceeding a certain value. That's the most complex one. Look, there's literally the most text to it. It goes to a third line. None of the others go to a third line. What does that mean? So, several attacks have to exceed a certain threshold in order to go to the correct phase 3, I guess? That's interesting. Okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens. That's a bit vague on the description there. Now, I'm actually going to be heading in, obviously full demonic power. But specifically here, I am going to be using Garlic Jr. Now, I have been using him for 55% showcases, and I am planning on, at some point today, I don't know when it'll go up, but at some point today, I am planning on recording just I don't know how long exactly it'll be, an hour, hour and a half, something, of just straight up attempts, over and over and over against Rose Zamasu and see how he performs. Because I did actually put the dupes that I could afford to put into him, as well as my equips onto him. So I'm definitely very intrigued to see how he performs now that he's not 55%. I think he should do very well, but this will be my first time actually trying him. So I'm definitely very curious about that. But we're going to jump in here. We'll see what happens. All these characters should do a decent amount of damage. I don't know what the threshold is, but I have to imagine we'll be able to exceed it. I actually did not... So even though I used the Goma setup for clearing Tamagami 2, I didn't get to see his animation because I just finished leveling him today. So we can see his as well as Garlic Jr. So I'm just going to turn off the skip and let's do this. We'll see what happens. Now, what the hell? I did not anticipate we'd be fighting the budget Ginyu force here. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how this goes. I don't know. Is there a single person that liked what they did with these guys? I don't know. Thinking about Daima, it's so... Daima is a very confusing piece of Dragon Ball media. I had a lot of issues with it. In particular, essentially between where the fight versus Tamagami 2 ended, to the point where Goku and Yu start their face-off, I feel they just had there was a lot of unnecessary... why did we spend an entire episode on the budget Ginyu Force for them to get walloped in half a second. Like, I don't know. I did like a lot of the moments they had in it, though. Like, there was a lot of fun stuff. Like, it did feel like a return to some of the, like, original sort of Dragon Ball stuff instead of just, like, I don't know. It really, you could definitely feel, like, that Toriyama had a huge presence in it, but it's, you know, obviously with, you know, what happened with Tori, it's all my thoughts. I'm sure a lot of people's thoughts on Daima are complicated. I guess I don't really need to explain too in depth, but I feel like it could have been done a bit better. Still, though, I was definitely very excited to get, like, Goma and Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku and all of them in game. And I'm definitely very excited for what I'm presuming should be the adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku and adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta coming for 11th anniversary. Oh, that's not good. That did a lot of damage. And it said multiple attacks, so 38.3 from Garlic Jr. here. First attack. Okay, and who are we fighting?
My name is Glorio, the king of the third demon world sent me.
Interesting. I don't know if this is, like, the way the fight is intended to end. Because part of me would think it'd go to the giant form. But I really don't know for sure. I suppose what I'll do here is just, like, use the active. Might as well. And now to use the giant active, and I think this should just end things, but I guess we'll see. Okay, well, I guess he's actually somewhat tanky then. I mean, to be fair, I didn't crit, but still, he did live that with a decent amount of health. Okay, well, I don't think we'll kill with the giant form then. Hopefully, after the giant form ends, though, at least maybe the attack order will rework itself. That way, he'll attack before I attack. That way, Goma can actually do some damage. But, you know, even if not, I suppose it should still be pretty easy to get the win in. Oh. Maybe this is going to be the intended way for it. Okay, wait. So, I mean, that's his AoE attack, but it didn't actually AoE. Now, I suppose I don't really know how AoEs, like AoE supers work with the giant form, but I imagine it'd still hit all of them. So maybe they just don't actually have an AoE, even though that's the AoE animation. Interesting. Okay, well, I mean, he has 2.5 health bars, so he's, Goma has nearly killed Goma all on his own, and that's perfect. So he attacks before I attack, and then I just get to end this very, very easily. Now, I'm actually I feel like I'm not on the right clear is the issue. I don't know how many attacks I need to do that exceed the threshold, but I would figure we'd fight Giant Goma. I don't... You know, I'm very... It feels odd to end against just, like, Third Eye Goma. Especially because I only did 2 attacks total, essentially. Well, I suppose I did, like, 3, but... It was 3, right? Because I gotta hit him potential normal. So I don't know. I don't know if I actually did the amount of attacks that needed to exceed the threshold or not. Let's see. Something tells me, though, that I'm gonna have to jump back in, which... You know, that's not the biggest issue. Let's see. Yeah, 2 missions completed. So I didn't get into... Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. It literally tells you defeat Giant Goma. Like, it always tells you. I wasn't even paying attention. God damn it. If I would have known, I might not have actually even played that phase out. Okay, well, I suppose let me jump back in here then. That's actually very curious. Very interesting. Of course, the one time, right? The one time I don't need Goma to crit, he crits and like ends things immediately, right? Like, of course he would. See, now this might actually be really good for us. The fact that neither Goma is on the other rotation. That way, hopefully at least, I can manage to get the attacks in that I need. We'll see how it plays out though. Let me super with Garlic Jr. first. That way he can actually, get his stack in. So he's at 482,000 start of turn without any defensive boost. Okay. Garlic Jr., let's see what you got for us. Although, I guess I have to do this. Because he does need 2 AGL Key Spheres specifically, unfortunately. That'll work. Like, I don't know how much health these guys have, but the fact that they're not attacking first may make it so, like, the AoE from Goma might not do enough damage. I don't know. Can I get the hidden potential additional super with Garlic Jr. though? That did a lot. And the answer is no, I guess. That's very unfortunate. Because I showed my build. I have 20%. Or rather 20 additional, which is 40%. I mean, it's not like guaranteed or anything, but still, I could have gotten a bit more lucky there. Unfortunately, I did not. Yeah, I may not actually kill here. Yeah, because this Goma isn't even linked with Garlic Jr. It's actually kind of bad for me, to be honest. Because I was really set up, like, next turn to be able to... got it. Okay, well... I could probably still work with this. I think what I'll have to do is float that Goma off too, then. Or at least not have him in slot 1. And just have Garlic Jr. slot 1, Goma slot 2, Buhan slot 3. And maybe that way I'll be able to hit the threshold. I don't know what the threshold is the issue, though, so I suppose we'll see. But doing it this way should allow me to do the damage I need to do, while also... I don't know. How do I... Fuck. Well, I suppose maybe it... I can't imagine this guy would do too much damage. And, okay, well, that even dropped that down better than how I thought it would. I was going to say, I don't think this guy will do too much damage, so Buhan would probably be fine with just one Rainbow Key Sphere, excuse me. But still, want to have to risk it, of course. Okay, that did a ton. 3.5 health plus. What the fuck is the threshold? Oh, what the hell? I'm doing 20.3 in slot 2. That's crazy. This is gonna crit. That's an issue. Okay, man. What is the threshold of fucking attacks that I need to do? I'm just gonna back out. There's no point in playing this out a second time. What the hell do I... See, I was set up perfectly before. With having, Kid Gohan.
All right, let's do this.
As well as, Piccolo and such. Yeah, I'll play this one out. As long as slot 1 is actually getting an attack. Okay, that's good. So Goma should be able to finish. And then what I'll do is I'll have Kid Gohan first next turn, and then Piccolo, and then Goma. Once again, I mean, I don't know what the threshold is, but I have to imagine that with Gohan and Piccolo attacking first, that it can't be that many attacks. And especially, he doesn't seem that tanky, so the threshold can't be that high. You know, maybe it's something like 3 attacks or like 5 attacks or something. And we could definitely very easily get that with AGL Kid Gohan and Physical Piccolo. Although I am going to need an attack to be in slot 1. That way I can actually guarantee that AGL Kid Gohan is going to get his additional super, which will obviously increase the chances of me getting my hidden potential. So we'll see what happens here. That is so fucking annoying. God damn it. Okay, I can still do this, but it's going to be more difficult, is the thing. But I can still, it's still possible. It's not like it's impossible. It's just that, once again, I don't know what the threshold is. That's really the big issue. So I do have a lot of additional on this guy. So he very well, he does get the hidden potential, but it's a fucking normal. Okay, thank you, Gohan. I appreciate it, buddy. Now, Piccolo here has a guaranteed additional super. And I went with a lot of additional in his hidden potential. So he could very well drop a triple super. And he does. That's huge. Once again, I don't know what the threshold is, but, I mean, goddammit, we have to be close. What is this going to do? 8.2. There's no way that's like threshold, and that's going to kill. Like, it can't be too high, but it also can't be... Oh, really? No, apparently that was within the range, I guess. I'm actually very surprised by that. Okay. Well, I mean, I see no reason to not just use the giant form once again, though. And then pop the active. Okay, I mean, that did nearly 3 health bars. Not like, you know, a ton of damage, but not the worst either. I'm trying to think, like, am I gonna kill him this turn? I mean, it's possible. I don't know. Because, I mean, it is Buhan in slot 3, right? So, I think we probably will. I think I probably will. Although, it will obviously also depend on if there actually does remain an attack being in slot 1. That is something I am going to need, of course. But I very well do have a good chance, I feel. Oh, I didn't even realize. I got the hidden potential additional super on that guy. Well, that's pretty huge. So that does contribute a little bit extra damage. What the hell? Hidden potential additional normal there. Is this mine or the friend build? That's a lot of addition. What the hell? I wasn't even... Is this mine or the friend? I was not paying attention. I need to check what the friend build is. Because there's no way I got the hidden potential additional on all 3 of them. Now, only 2 of them were the super, but still. That's fucking crazy. Okay, this is the friend. What is the friend build? I gotta see this. I really gotta see this. What the hell? Why would you go full crit? Like, I can see some crit, but... with, like, no dodge either? That's still, I mean, 11 additional, so it was a 22% chance on each of those. And then for all 3 of them proccing, I don't even know. I mean, that's crazy. Okay, well, I think it's time for Goma here to go bye-bye. Would be my guess on what's about to happen. I mean, we'll see. So I am receiving the attack still. So he does... Okay, I mean, it's a decent bit of heal. But we're gonna... yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of damage. 94 million, huh? I suppose having the raw attacks, he does a little bit of damage, huh? I mean, that is also the effect of just having, like, Garlic Jr. I mean, have the best character in the game getting just a free best linking partner. I mean, it's really crazy. So 40.2. I mean, yeah, this guy can get up to some pretty crazy stats, and this is even pre-revive. Oh, I actually got the crit and a hidden potential additional super. 24.4. Okay, and I mean, yeah, we definitely finished though. Buhan at the end here. I mean, we have the 2 guaranteed attacks. I got 3 Rainbow Key Spheres for him, I believe, so that's a 99% chance to crit. This one should kill. It really did not. That's crazy. But, you know, hidden potential, additional super. And Giant Goma is vanquished. Okay, well, I mean, that certainly was a bit more difficult. See, and this is why I like to check, because that was a bit more difficult to do, even with knowing the condition. Like, because, you know, a lot of them do end up being, like, grabbing key spheres or doing a certain amount of attacks, so I would have gone crazy if I hadn't checked that. I really, with the intensifying fights, I think it just makes a lot of sense to check for them. So yeah, there we go. That is stage 11, and all of the missions cleared. I am now up to 462 stones. Feels great to be at that amount. I'm just gonna be so ready for fucking anniversary, I swear, because, you know, if we go by, so my account, I suppose I could be wrong, but, you know, it was, what, 1109, I believe they said was the total you could get up to, like, with pre-farmed XP. I think I should just immediately hit that. Now, I only hit rank 999 last year, but with all the, like, link leveling I've done this year, especially with having, like, Dokkan Day, I really just can't see my account not hitting 1109. And, you know, with all of the, if they follow the exact same pattern they did, and at the exact same, like, rate that they did before, I should probably get, like, 240 stones, like, immediately, as soon as that update goes live. So, and that's without, like, any extra farming I have between now and anniversary, and that's with all the other events I have. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of stones heading into 11. I'm definitely very, very excited for that. You know, honestly, you know, usually I haven't in the last couple of years, but I may even do a couple of summons on the New Year's banner. That may be something I'm curious about doing, because I am missing a lot of Dokkan Fest TRs, and that could be, even from this year, that could be a very good way to pick up some of them. I don't know, I'll think about that more closer to when those actually go live. Like, I'm not talking about the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest, like the New Year's, the special, you know, the step one. That may be something I might be interested in doing. I don't know, we'll see. But either way, I'm going to end this one here. You know, we did get all the missions done, and, you know, these always have a lot of stones, so it's very nice. There's been a lot of these recently, which is very good. You know, I mean, they all come with like 16 stones apiece, 5 from each of the 3 missions, and then 1 for the clear. Definitely very, very good. So, yeah, I'm gonna end this one here though. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.